Hi friends, today we are going to see the topic memory management. The process of the memory management is to allocate the memory for the job. That means it allocates the job to their memory. The main memory allocation schemes are single user systems, fixed partitions and dynamic partitions. First we are going to see the single user continuous scheme. Here the entire program is loaded into the memory and the continuous memory space is allocated as needed. The entire program or the whole program is loaded into the memory for the job. Jobs are processed sequentially. Sequentially means one after the another or in an order wise. The task of the memory manager is to perform the minimal work. That means minimum of the works it can be performed. It evaluates the incoming process sites. It specifies the process sites only if the small enough to fit. Otherwise, it rejects and evaluates the next incoming process. It fixes the jobs to their required memory. Otherwise, if the job's size is large, it rejects the job. Only fix the jobs to their necessary memory. Monitors occupied memory space. When the process ends, makes the entire memory space available. That means it reallocates to their another jobs and returns to their step 1. Example, job 1 size is 30k and job 2 size is 50k. When the job 1 size is allocated, that means 30k is allocated to the main memory. After finishing this job 1, it reallocates the memory to their job 2. Here the main memory is unused. That means job 1 used the 30k, the remaining main memories are unused. This is the major disadvantages. The major disadvantages are multi-programming or networking not supported. More than one work cannot be used at a time. That is the multi-programming. Simultaneously, we cannot access any memory in the programs. Not cost effective. Not unsuitable for their business when introduced in the 1940s and the early 1950s. This is the foremost earlier memory management schemes. Next we are going to see the fixed partitions. Fixed partitions means it allows the multi-programming. It overcomes the disadvantages of the single user schemes. The main memory is partitioned. The main memory is partitions. Partitions means subdivided or divided. The main memory is divided into many memories. Each partition allocates one job. One partition is allocated to their one job, or one job requires one partitions. The responsibilities of the memory management is to protecting the each job memory space. It should not waste any memories. It protects the job for the memory space. Matching the job size with a partition size. The size should not be too small to the job of the memory or too large. It should be in an appropriate partition size. The memory manager allocates the memory to the space to their jobs. The memory manager allocates memory space to their job. These informations are all stored in a table. You can see the table. Partition size. In this example, we are taking the first partition as 10k, 25k, 25k and 15k. These are the memory addresses. This is the jobs axis. which jobs are in a which job requires the partitions, or which jobs is allocated to their partitions. Partition status. When job 1 is allocated, it should be listed as their busy, or otherwise it leads to be as a free status. Here job 1, job 4, job 2 are allocated, so the status should be in a busy status. A simplified fixed memory table with the free partitions are shaded. The free memory space are shaded and shows you. This is an example of the fixed partition. You can clearly see this. We can easily understand through this diagram. First, the main memory is partition 1 to 100K, partition 2 to 25K, partition 3 to 25K, and partition 4 to 15K. These are all the memory spaces. Totally it covers the 200K. Here is a list of the job list. Job 1 30K, job 2 50K, job 3 30K, job 4 25K. Job 1 requires 30K. First partitions, it allocates as the job 1 is allocated to the first partitions. So 30K is used and remaining 70K is unused. This unused portion or partition is known as the internal fragmentations. Then job is allocated to the next higher priority partitions, so that we are using their job 2 in a partition 4. Here partition 4 requires 50K, so the 50K is allocated to their partition 4. Job 2 is allocated to their partition 4. Job 3 requires 30K. Here one partition for one job. So here no memory spaces as a 30K. So job 3 is in a waiting state. Job 4 requires 25K. So it allocates us to the partition. It allocates us, the job 4 is allocated to the 25K is allocated in the partition 2. The partition 3 is empty and job 3 is in a waiting state. It only has a 25K of the memory, but the job 3 requires 30K, so is in a waiting state. Now we are going to see some of the characteristics of the static. It requires continuous loading of the entire programs. It requires loading, whole programs are loading. For the load program are divided into the partitions. It requires continuous loading. The job allocation methods you are used first available partitions with required size. Which job requires the approximate or appropriate partitions to work well, that means to perform well. All jobs have similar size and a memory size known as ahead of the time. Arbitrary partition size leads to undesired result. The partitions is too small, larger jobs have longer turnaround time. Partitions too large means memory wastage, that means internal fragmentations occurs. So that the partition of the main memory is to proper allocations to their jobs. Next we are going to see the dynamic partitions. The main memories are dynamically partitioned. The main memory is allocated according to the jobs in a given requested memory when loaded. In static we have the fixed partitions. In dynamic, whenever the job requires a size, it automatically partitions. It requires, when the job requires is partitions. One continuous partitions per job. One job for the one partitions, like same as the fixed partitions. Job allocations method used here is first come first serve. First come first serve method is used here. Memory waste is comparatively small within partitions. Can clearly see this in this diagram. Here are the job list. Job 1 needs 10K. 10K is allocated. 10K is allocated, and job 2 needs 15K. 15K is allocated. 35K is over. Then job 3 requires 20K. 20K is allocated. Job 4 needs 50K. 50K is allocated. The remaining job 1 ends. That means after finishing this job, after finishing the job 1, 10K will be released. 10K will be released. Here is an empty space. Job 2 is in the running state, job 3 is in the running state, and job 4 ends. That is, this is now it can be after finishing the job 4, it is an available space. We are having the free memory space. Now the job 5 is entering. Job 5 requires 5K. So it allocates us to the first partition 10. Job 5 is allocated, and the remaining 5 is unused. Job 2 in a running state, job 3 in a running state. Now after the job 4, in that place we are replacing the job 6. Job 6 requires 30K. Remaining space is unused. After the job 3 ends, the job 3 here. The job 3, after finishing the job 3, now the job 7 is arrives. Now job 7 is used in an job 3's places. Job 3 10K. Remaining 10 is in this state. We need 30K for the job 8, but there is no that such partitions require 30K. So job 8 has to wait. Job 8 has to wait. Now the disadvantage is full memory utilizations. Only when first job loads, only the first jobs, that means the first come first serve is as a highest priority. So the memory utilization is less. Full memory utilization is less. Only the jobs are loaded. Subsequent allocations, memory waste, subsequent memory allocations. External fragmentations, fragments between blocks. Fragments between blocks are this known as an external fragmentations. Thank you.